time. So my name is Leon Okado, and I'm an entrepreneur, excited to be here, excited to just be able to have the opportunity to share with you what I believe and I personally feel is an exciting company called I Am Mastery Academy. And this is a company that I came across 17 months ago. It's actually 17 months ago. And it's been a journey. And I'll talk about it as we go along. But just to give you a background of why I am here and why we're having this conversation, first of all, your friend invited you because they wanted to share this with you. And they thought, and they think very highly of you. So I just think that, I mean, after we are done, just go back to your friend and tell them thank you for just the opportunity to be here. So my work is really to just share this on their behalf. And then secondly, it's also to just also share with you my own reasons for doing this, and hopefully give you the reasons why you're here, explain the company to you, the academy to you. And hopefully by the time we are done, you'll be as excited as I was. So like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I've been in business for the last 14 years. So I'm a writer by profession or a communications consultant, copywriter. I've done a couple of content development things the number of years. And at a point, I took a sabbatical because I wanted more. And obviously, the reason why I went into business was because I wanted more. And I was also looking for that financial freedom. And then eventually I started another company with some friends in 2017. And we invested our life savings in that company. It was a good business idea, good business concept. But now we didn't just partner with the right people. And you guys know how it is sometimes in business, it's up and down. So we just had a really difficult moment in the business, and we ended up losing money to fraud and embezzlement in the company. So we lost everything. Like, I literally woke up one day and, being a single mom, being a single parent, having a 5-year-old, 6-year, turning 6 soon, you know how it is. It's not easy already as a single parent. So you can imagine now waking up one day and losing everything and finding out that you have no money coming into your bank account. The savings that you had are gone. I mean, everything is gone. Everything you've invested is gone. At my age, I won't tell you how old I am, but you can calculate. It's like everything I had done over the last let's say 14 years had completely vanished overnight. So I found myself at a rock bottom financially, in a very, very, very tight position. So by the time I bumped into my friend called Bernard Kiraide, and he was telling me about this company, I was literally, on my knees and praying to God for something, an opportunity. Like, I just wanted anything that was going to get me out of my financial mess, or at least give me a buffer while I figured out things. And so I bumped into him, and he told me about this company, I Am Mastery Academy. He invited me to a presentation, just like you've been invited to by your friend. And the rest is history, because I listened. I was also open-minded. Because of where I was also very open-minded to just trying out anything. So, but let me just say, my life changed even as I was, I'd been evicted from my home, and I was living with friends, or a friend with my daughter. I mean, I was in the company. I was doing what I needed to do. I was learning. I was trying to grow. So all I'll say is, if you decide to be a part of our community by the end of this presentation, there's a huge potential for you to literally change your life overnight, change your finances, change your site. I mean, just everything. So the question is, at this point in time, what will you become by the time I'm done talking? So I'm sure you'll be able to answer that question at the end of this presentation. So like I said, the company is called I Am Mastery Academy. And I don't know if you guys have heard of a gentleman called Robert Kiyosaki, because this is the conversation I want to start. And Robert Kiyosaki is basically a wealthy real estate entrepreneur, investor. He's a millionaire, if not a billionaire by now. And he's written a couple of books, so he's also an author. And I remember in the 80s, he wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad that I happened to read at some point in time. And that book is just basically him talking about his rich dad and his poor dad, and what he learned from them in terms of money and success and wealth creation. And then later on in the 90s, he wrote another book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Now, the cash flow quadrant is what starts off our conversation today, because it basically describes the 4 ways in which people in the world make money. So as you can see here, we find that 60% of the world's population today works for someone or has a job. Some of you are probably tuning into this call from work, or some of you, even if you're on leave, you probably have a job and you know that you go to 8 to 5. Now, why we find that the majority fall in this category of employment is because of how our education system is also set up. Because think about it, when you go to school for the first time, from kindergarten, nursery to primary level, grade 1, whatever, high school, campus, college, all through, all we hear day in, day out from our parents, our teachers is study hard, work hard, so that you can pass your exams at the end of it, graduate and get a good job. So majority of us from school, all we are doing, and I'm sure you guys can attest to this, at least I know you've written a CV and you've at least tried to look for a job, you've written applications and so on, because that's the natural shift after school. Then we have the 35% of the world's population. Now, these are the people who work for themselves. And these people are basically like myself, entrepreneurs, people who say, you know what, I don't want to work for somebody anymore, or I never want to work for anybody. I want to start my own thing. So you venture out and you start your small business, and literally you're the one, looking for the clients, you're the one doing the jobs, you're the one doing your accounting. So that's basically the life of an entrepreneur. That's a life I've lived for 14 years. Then we have the business owners. And these now, the difference between the business owners and entrepreneurs, for example, the self-employed rather, are that the business owners now have grown their businesses to a point whereby the companies or the businesses have systems that allow the business to run itself. That means the owner is separate from the business. And so you find that a self-employed person, they are the business. A business owner, the business is separate. The owner does not have to be physically present 24 hours or even at all in the company. Think of companies or business moguls like Bill Gates, Manu Chandaria, Chris Kirubi, and so on. Now, these people don't run the day-to-day running of their business. Don't do the day-to-day activities of their business. However, they are still making a lot of money every month. Then we have the 1%ers. These are the people who now have developed an investor mindset, meaning that they are now looking beyond creating an income to survive, let's say, or to pay rent or to pay school fees. They are now looking at multiplying their income. So they've made money and now are looking, how can we diversify? How can we grow this? And usually their target is to become very wealthy and to just have multiple streams of income. And I know majority of us, we when we begin, to think about success and wealth, a lot of us think about the financial freedom and the time freedom and the success, that comes with it. So, but then you find it's just a few who actually manage to get there. And you can see in summary, what this says is 5% of the entire global market, okay, literally control 95% of the wealth. And then you find the 95%, the majority, the rest of us, only control 5% of the entire global wealth. Now, question is why? What I found over my journey as an entrepreneur, just looking for financial freedom, is that sometimes it's not that we're not educated or we're not skilled. Sometimes it's just that we don't have access to some information. And this information is what you find the wealthy really dwell on, and they talk about it and discuss about it in their private meetings and things like that. So today what I want to do is I want to begin to have a conversation that the wealthy have been involved in for centuries, and that now some of us as individuals are beginning to participate in this conversation. And what we're talking about today is the foreign exchange market. Now, foreign exchange, as the name suggests, is basically the buying and selling of currencies, or the exchange of one currency pair for another. So think about it. When you travel to another country, go to Uganda, Kampala, Tanzania, you go to the US, you go to South Africa, you find that you always have to exchange your Kenya shilling or your local currency into the international currency to transact in that country. There's no way you can use Kenya shilling in India, for example. So, and all these countries around the world, majority of them use their own currencies or have different currencies from your own local currency. So you always have to exchange. If you're importing goods and services, let's say you're importing a car from Japan, you will have to change your Kenya shilling into dollars, and then eventually it will be translated into the Japanese yen and so on. So that is foreign exchange. Now, that is how we know it practically. There's a digital, rather an online global platform that is now open to everybody. Initially, the foreign exchange market was only for the wealthy. And when I say only, it was only opened up in terms of trading maybe 10 or 15 years ago to now individuals and what you call retail traders like you and I now can participate. Initially, it was just the banks, majorly, the banks, the hedge funds. I mean, if you walked into a bank today, the KCBs, the NCBAs, the equities, the ABSAs, they all have a dealing room or a forex department, and that is a standard. And in that department, there are forex traders or dealers. What do those guys do? They literally trade our money. So you've put your money in the bank account, let's say in your savings or your fixed deposit, and the traders take your money while it's there sitting, earning minimum interest of, let's say, 5% a year, and trade it on a daily basis in the global exchange market and make millions for the banks. Now, guys, I don't know if you understand what this means. They're using your money to make themselves billionaires, and you're volunteering willingly to give them your money to do this. It's legal. Okay, now there's a way that you can participate. Okay, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Like, how can you also, like the banks, like the dealers, trade in this 24-hour market that is open 5 days a week? Like, literally the whole week the market is accessible to you. So it doesn't matter. You could have a full-time job. Okay, you could be a full-time student, but I know that you have 1 or 2 hours in a day, in the morning before work, in the evening after work, over your lunch hour, like now, when you can get into this market. And as long as you have the information, you can literally trade directly from your mobile device, whether it's your phone or your laptop. As long as you have internet connection, you're good to go. Now, this is the largest financial market in the world. This is another reason why you want to participate. It's a $6.6 trillion market a day. That's the amount of money that moves, that is exchanged, that is traded every single day. So the question is, with this information, if you're not participating in this market, really, in this day and age, like, what are we doing? Now that a lot of us, are beginning to understand this work at home kind of business or work at home kind of lifestyle, while you're working at home, even where you're employed, you have now extra time to kind of, get into information around this industry, because it's humongous and it's really, really lucrative. Now, we have a second market called the digital currency market. And basically, what that means is that you're going to be learning about cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency, or DCX, this is just digital money, as you can see on the screen. So I'll give you an example. I'm sure you guys have heard of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the first cryptocurrencies that ever emerged years ago. When I heard about it, it was valued at about $850. Today, one Bitcoin is now at, I think, $8,000. Last night I saw it going down. It was at $9,000. And it's looks like it's been going to like 8,500, and I'm sure it will go back up. So the thing is, 3 years ago it was 10 times less. Okay, right now is really, it's really gone up in value. So can you imagine where it will be in another 3 years if you get involved with the right information? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, Bitcoin is just one of the other 2,000 cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies are traded on their own separate exchange. Right now, that market of crypto is anticipated to get to $1 trillion in market capitalization. So between crypto and forex, which are all traded online, crypto is a 7-day open market, meaning it does not sleep. So even when foreign exchange closes, let's say at 11 at night, crypto is open. When forex closes over the weekend, crypto is open. When you guys are off work, the markets are available to you to take advantage of. This is where the wealthy have been making their wealth. Okay, so the I Am Mastery Academy is basically an education platform for forex and cryptocurrency, and it's online. Okay, so you're going to be doing your education and your learning purely online by the internet, by your mobile device. Now, there are 3 academies that you initially get access to, and you choose what academy you want to get started with in terms of what you want to learn. So the first obvious one is the Foreign Exchange Mastery Academy. This is where you're going to learn about forex. You'll be watching a video series, an online library, so video series from basics level of understanding to advanced. what I like about this academy is it's very simplified. Anybody can learn how to trade with this academy, because you'll find like the first video, which is about maybe 3 minutes, is explaining what is forex. Then there's another video, what are the major currency pairs traded? How do you trade them? When do you trade them? You know, what are the strategies? How do you analyze specifically? When do you know when to buy and sell and make money and come out with money? How do you trade? What platform, and so on and so forth. So the idea is, at the end, you should be confident enough with that information to be able to say, you know what, let me now get into the market and do some trading. Then we have the HFX Academy, which is a high frequency mastery academy, or what we know as binary. And binary is another type of forex. It's just much more high risk, you know, as the name suggests, high frequency, moves a lot faster in a shorter period of time. So, and you know, with assets that are much more riskier, the returns are, you know, much more riskier, much higher. So a lot of people like risk. So if you like risk, binary is for you. Then we have the DCX Academy, which is a digital. I've already explained what digital currency is. This academy is specifically to teach you how to trade the cryptocurrencies. That's it. So again, you choose what you'd like to get started learning, and you're good to go. Now, this is how our online platform looks like in the real sense. So once you join the community, you'll get a username and a password, and that is what you're going to be using to log in. You can see the different academies. I like the platform because it's very customized. You can really personalize it with, you know, your own personal information. As you're learning, you can track your progress. You know, there are quizzes along the way that you can take. They're not examinable, but they're just there to ensure that at least you're understanding the concepts that are being shared, okay? So I like that because of the interactive nature, you know, of the platform. Then we have something called Go Live. Now, Go Live is where you're going to have access to real educators. What I've just talked about in the academies, you're basically accessing the theory, okay? So imagine you're in a classroom setting, or you're at home reading the books about forex. Now in the Go Live, you're literally in front of the lecturer, but he or she's behind a screen, and they're teaching you their strategies in trading forex, crypto, binary. Okay. Now the Go Live platform is also very interactive, so you can connect with these educators. You're not just watching them. If there's something they're teaching that you're not understanding, you can literally ask them questions in real time. So these sessions are live, and they happen all through that. The platform is 24 hours, so you can literally access it at your own time. All the 100+ educators have a timetable Sunday to Sunday. So again, what's powerful about this is you can literally plan your schedule around the timetable. So even if you're not available on Sunday night and you're available Sunday morning, you'll always find a recorded session or a live session at the time that you log into the platform. So that's that. Then I also like that, you know, when I say learn from the best, when you can see it says learn from the best, you're literally learning from the best. These are mentors who are 6 to 9 figure income traders. They have literally made $1 million, okay, trading in these assets. So you're not learning from somebody who just randomly went on Facebook or, you know, social media, YouTube, Google, and came up with a forex course and is trying to teach you. You're learning from people who have first made money in the industries and then are coming to teach you how they made that money. If you don't think that's powerful, for me, I saw this and I was like, whoa, that's amazing. It's like, you know, sitting down with Manu Chandaria on a day-to-day basis, and he tells you how he builds his businesses from scratch. Like, he's telling you exactly what he did, how he set up the company, how he started employing people, his challenges, his, you know, shortcuts to success. That's exactly what's happening. So it'll avoid you taking the long route to learning. And then we also have trading tools, and these trading tools, a lot of them have been developed by the company in conjunction with our educators. And basically what they are is software tools, software analysis tools that analyze, like, for example, when you get up to be a part of the community, immediately you have access to this tool called Harmonics. So Harmonics analyzes the forex market every single day. So the market opened on Sunday. So you open the Harmonics tool, you'll find that it has already begun to look at different pairs, looking for high profitable trades that you can take. Okay. So when you log into it, you'll find a pair like, you know, a spare suggestion like buy Euro USD, sell GBP, JPY, buy USD, JPY, and so on. And it even gives you where to buy or what price. So it gives you the entry price, even gives you the exit price, like what's your take profit price. And all you do, guys, even when you don't know what's really happening in terms of the analysis or how the tool arrived at that analysis, you can copy paste the ideas into your trading platform. So we, as forex traders, we trade on a platform called MT4 or MetaTrader 4. You can download it. It's free from App Store, Google Play Store, and you can open a demo account for your practice, and then you can eventually open your live trading account where now you're going to be trading the real money. Now with the harmonics, use the same trade ideas you're given there and put them into your demo or live account and set the parameters and wait. Statistically, the harmonics tool has a success rate of 75 to 85%. Now, I don't know where anyone in the world literally tells you the answers to the exams. Like it gives you the answers. It tells you buy here. And you know that 70% of the time or 7 out of 10 times you're making money, even if you still don't have all the information about trading. So that's why our platform, we like to say it's a learn as you earn program, because you can actually begin to make some money with our trading tools as you continue learning and gaining your own knowledge in the industries. So these icons up here are icons for several other tools that have been developed over the years by the company. And these tools analyze different markets. So Harmonics is for Forex. You'll find Vibrata goes beyond Forex and it analyzes the indices market, the metals like gold. Gold Cap also analyzes the gold market, Swipecoin for crypto, and so on. So as you are in our community, as you advance as a trader, you have tools that you can use to give you a clearer picture of where the market is going, rather than you trying to just do it all on your own. I know some people, they like to learn everything, but this is just kind of like a shortcut. You don't have to fully depend on the tools. However, I mean, if it's 70% accuracy, why not? Yeah. So last but not least, we have mobile apps that you can download onto your phone. These apps are specifically to keep you connected to the market. So sometimes you're not always in front of our laptops, but we are always on our mobile devices. So that means that, if you can get access through an app, it's even faster for you. You don't have to be, always in a seated position somewhere, fixed position. And in the market that we are in, that is just, 24 hours, open all over the world. I mean, it's always good to be to have mobility, to be able to access it anywhere. So that's that. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, okay, Lillian, you've talked a lot. How does one get started? Very simple. In summary, remember we have 3 academies: FRX, HFX, and the DCX Academy for crypto students. The price is the same to enroll for all 3. You choose where you want to get started. Now, I started with the Foreign Exchange Academy. It made sense to me then. So if that's the case, you will pay $234 as a one-time fee, and then $174 as a monthly fee. So we are a subscription academy. So you pay a one-time school fee to get started. Then you pay continuous education fees. Now, sometimes people are like, okay, the one time sounds okay. The monthly, 50-50 about it, because who wants to keep on paying? But one thing I can say is, once you plug into a platform, you'll understand why. There's a lot of value that you're getting. And remember, other than just being taught how to trade, you also have continuous access to mentors, global mentors, and successful trading tools. So that's what you continue to pay for. And you pay for as long as you're using these tools or you're getting value from the platform. However, if you think that, okay, that may be too much, maybe you've learned and you don't want to keep on paying, you can stop paying. But we also have another incentive that can allow you to waive your monthly. So we call it 2 and free. And 2 and free says, if you go out there and talk to 2 people about our academy, and these are 2 people who are also genuinely interested in learning how to trade, or you think that they would benefit from this skill of trading, you tell them, they agree to come and enroll into the academy, guess what? Your monthly fee of $174 will be waived. So you continue to have free access to the academy, the mentors, and the tools. Okay, so I hope that is clear. And just to give you perspective, go out there, do your research about Forex academies and how much it costs to enroll into one. You'll find that our entry price is actually very, very manageable, because most courses out there are going to cost you anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000. I don't think we have that kind of money to learn how to trade, but I think we can break down our payments over a period of time. Just think about it like when you go to college or uni, you pay your semester fees, and you keep on paying, you pay your enrollment fees and you keep on paying your semester fees. So that's that on the fees, guys. And that's where it ends in terms of our education. Remember, I am Mastery. We are just here to educate you, to empower you in forex trading, crypto trading, and binary trading. That's it. Education, education, in line with the vision of the company, which is basically to educate over 1 million students across the world. Right now, we are in over 100 countries, and we're about 120,000 students, all in different languages. Our academy is translated also into different languages. So you'll find that, there's English, Danish, there is Somali as well, because there's a huge Somali community of students. So whatever language you want it in, the academy is translated. So that's that, okay? Now, this second bit, I'm going to wrap up with it very quickly, and I must emphasize that this bit that I'm going to talk about is 100% optional. So this is where you have an option to become an independent business owner. What does that mean? That basically means you become a representative of our academy. You volunteer, you opt in, okay, because let's say you want to actively go out and just tell people about the academy. There's actually a way in which you can make an income from doing that. Yeah. And that's why I say this is not for everybody, because not everybody will want to ever talk about the academy. In fact, 85% of our community are students focused on learning. Just 15% of us then decided we don't mind also talking to people and just making more people aware of this skill. So if you opt in to become an IBO, there's a compensation to it. The company will pay you a commission. So let me give you an example. Go out there and talk to one person. The company will pay you a one-time bonus of $25, okay? Talk to 2 people, 25 times 2. Talk to 10 and they say yes, 25 times 10. That's simple. Now, where it gets interesting is where you have an opportunity to earn residual income. If you understand what residual income is, guys, that is passive income. If you think of the wealthy out there who have multiple streams of income, those guys have learned how to generate passive income. So that's what this is about. If you're thinking, I can make an extra income, I don't mind, and it can come in every single month. You're being paid for work that you did in the past every single month. So let me show you how it works. Let's say you go out there and you talk to 3 people. You immediately become a platinum 150. What that means is every single month you'll be paid a check of $150. We're an American-based company, so this will be payable on a weekly basis. That's $37. Okay? Now, when these 3 people do the same thing, let's say they also have friends out there who are also interested in learning, and they tell them, and let's say you also introduce your friends. These 3 grow to 12 in total eventually. You'll become a platinum 600. And guys, over here, you're earning $600 a month. That's $150 every week. Now, in Kenya, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but according to the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, 75% of Kenyans earn less than $500. I don't know if you guys are seeing what I saw, but I saw an opportunity not just to learn a skill called forex trading, that once I learn, nobody can take away from me, but 2, I get to earn from telling people about it, and 3, I also make a difference in the lives of 75% of Kenyans who earn less than $500. All they need to do is just share this company and say, you know what, tell people, come learn with us, come grow with us, come build a skill that is actually putting money in your pocket as opposed to taking money away from your pocket. A skill that you can literally do directly from your phone. You can trade from your phone anywhere in the world and make money. For me, it was a no-brainer. So as the numbers increase, 12 people grow to 30. You become a platinum 1,000, and that basically means you're earning $1,000 every single month. That's $250 every week. And as you see here in this table, as your numbers increase, okay, so does the potential income. So 30 people, eventually, let's say they grow to 75, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you. It can take you a month. It can take you 6 months. It can take you 2 years, 5 years. The day you get to 75 people, okay, you become a platinum 2,000. That's $2,000 every single month. That's $500 every week. That's more than 75% of Kenyans are earning on a monthly basis. I don't know if you're seeing the power in this. 75 to 225, that's platinum 5,000. $5,000 every single month. Okay, 225, that's to 500 people. Again, this is in whatever time frame. There's no rush. You can do it fast, you can do it slow. But if you're going to do this side of the business, guys, I'll recommend that you do it fast. So 500 people, you're a chairman 10. That's $10,000 every single month. Guys, that's 1 million bob. I'm just going to ask the Kenyans on the call. How many of you, we always say, look at the 5 friends that you hang out the most with, the 5 people around you that you hang around with the most. How much is their income? We usually say those people, their income is a reflection of your income. Their habits are a reflection of your habits. So how many do you know personally that earn $1 million bob? If the answer is no, I suggest either upgrade your circle of friends or help them get into this space whereby they can begin to think like the 1% of this world. Okay, so that's the chairman 10 level. And as your numbers increase, you can see so does your income. The highest rank in our company is at chairman 500, and at this level basically you're earning $500,000 a month. That's 50 million Kenya shillings every single month. Every single month. Guys, even if you earned that money once, 1 month, that's 50 million, that's $500,000. How significantly can your life change? How significantly can the lives of the people you have shared this idea with change? And for me, I feel like at some point in life, it's not money, it's not just about making money, it's also about making a difference. So for me, that's what I saw. I saw the opportunity to empower myself, but also empower people. So if you're on this call and you're thinking the same, then we're in business, let's get you started. It's very simple. I mean, today, like I said, 17 months in from living with my friend in February of last year, okay, to being homeless, to now back on our own, able to meet my rent, able to pay the bills, pay school fees. For me, it's like incredible. And I'm not saying this because I want to brag or not. No, not at all. I'm just telling you the potential. You could have a project that is stalled somewhere, and for whatever reason, it's not getting completed because of money. This is your financial vehicle to that project, okay, to completing that project. You could be wanting to go to school, advance, get your master's or your PhD, I don't know. This forex can allow you to create the money to pay for your PhD and so on. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. But before I wrap up completely, I want to introduce a couple of my friends who I can see on the call. These are people who also made their own individual decisions separately to join the academy. We met on this platform and it's been an amazing journey. They are also doing pretty well, okay? So I think the first person I'm going to bring on board is, I can see Zach. Blessed Zach. Zach, I'll have unmuted your mic. If you can just let us know what it is you do, when you got on started with the academy, and how it's been.
Wow, Lillian, I'm grateful. I trust that you can hear me. I'm
Yes,
very
loud
happy.
and clear, Zach. Go ahead.
I'm very happy that you gave me this chance to just share my experience. And congratulations for the good presentation. And thank you for all that are in this call. Now, like said, my name is Zachary Vasya. I learned of this opportunity on January the 15th. I will always forever be grateful to Simon Degwa for finding it important to just, introduce this to me. Why? Because since then to date, this has been one of the best things ever in my life. Because since that time, I've been learning a skill of trading on my phone. Now, I chose to join together with my wife, and we learned the skill to date. And even before we are professionals in it, of course, someone who joined in January the 15th, you don't expect them to be professionals. We are just barely 4 months old. But then, even with the 4 months skill that we've learned, we've already been able to start earning money from the trades that we place out of the skill that we've learned from the academy. Now, allow me say this because I happen to be a teacher by profession. I currently lecture in one of the colleges here in Nairobi. And to be honest, the academy is pretty simple to use. The academy is organized in a manner that will be very simple for someone who is just a starter. In fact, the many videos that are used to train you, I used to learn with them through hearing. I live with total vision loss. I'm totally blind, but then I listened to the videos and I was able to understand the exact thing taught on each of them and then applied it. And to date, I'm able to comfortably just make money using my phone. It's something that I really celebrate, especially during this time when we are urged to remain at home. Because now when I remain at home, I have more time to spend on my phone and trade rather than just be on social sites and read the negative things people are posting day in, day out. So if really you've listened to this presentation, if you can see this, then this will be something you will never regret. Welcome, welcome. I hope to see you on board. Thank
Awesome.
you,
Thank you,
Lily.
Zach, for that. Thank you so much. And now I can see, I want to bring in Florence Wanyonyi. Florence Wanyonyi. And then I'll bring one more person and we are done. Florence,
Good
hi.
afternoon. Good afternoon, Lillian, our
Good
amazing
afternoon.
leader.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for giving me a chance. Yes, thank you. Thank you for giving me a chance to say something small on this platform. And like you've heard, my name is Florence Wanyonyi, but my background is medical as a profession. But here I was a little over 3 months ago, introduced into the world of forex. Now, I was very skeptical because the only thing that I knew about forex was going to the bureau to exchange currencies in the physical form, but I didn't know that you could make a profit on your own exchanging the same pairs. So my friends believed in me. Like I said, I was so skeptical. I was just afraid, but my friends believed in me. And let me tell you, up to date, that is the story of my life. I'm so happy and grateful for them because they pushed me to make a decision. So, and lo and behold, within a week on trading on demo, or a practice account, I was able to even move further and start my live account. And my first day, I made profits. I was so happy and grateful. I was running around like a little baby, so happy, making noise. Yay, I made profit. So I knew if I could make a profit of $7, then definitely the millions that are being spoken about on this platform were going to eventually come to pass. So guys, learning is a process. It's a journey. If we embrace it, definitely we'll find the way. And we do have incredible leaders in this organization who are now helping me not only be profitable by trading from home, but also building a big team, and you're going to impact so many lives. And for myself, I believe the power of the dollar in Africa is amazing. So we're going to be wealthy in our own continent, in our own countries. So welcome on board. Thank you, Lilo.
Thank you, Florence. Thank you so much. And now I just want to quickly bring in Degwa. Degwa is Degwa Migwi, Simon, Uncle Migwi. I think I should now start calling you Uncle Migwi because everyone calls you Uncle Migwi. So yes, I'll get to the program. So this gentleman, I look up to him. He's an amazing, amazing leader. He literally joined in January. I mean, some of us have been here for 17 months. This guy joined in January and he's just doing a phenomenal job building a team, supporting a lot of Kenyans in this industry. It's amazing. Degwa, let me unmute your mic. You can just let us know your story and how it's been.
Wow. Yes, Lilo, thank you so much for that great invite and presentation. And of course, it gives me great privilege and honor to be on your call and to share my story. And before January 15th, we knew nothing about forex. We didn't know how to trade, and we felt like this was not for us. And I'm speaking to a guest who is on this call, and you feel like this is not for you. In January 15th, we were there. But again, my connected connector, look for that one person probably who invited you on this call. Let them guide you, let them lead you. And that is what I did. And my connected connector happened to be my niece. And she introduced me to a very wonderful gentleman called BK Kilaite. And they came to our home. And I was not alone. I invited 12 of my friends who joined me, and we listened to the same information that has been shared on this platform. And what we found out is that anybody can do this. And to illustrate that, I have 4 boys, and all of them are trading. I've paid for them the academy. That is how simple it is. And these boys are in school. And what inspires me is the one who is 10 years old, because he tells me that this thing is like a video game. You don't have to think about it. You just hit this key, you look at here, and then give it time. And for sure, he puts a trade. The other day I shared he earned 62,000. And for me, they'll be paying for their own school fees. And now, how do we feel? It's so amazing the joy that we have right now, and we want to share this information with as many families as possible. So we have a goal, and our vision is by 30th of this June, we'll have impacted the lives of more than 5,000 people. So if you're on this call, it's not that, like Zach said, we are not the experts. And we are so graciously blessed to have you, Lilo, on this call, because one of the people who shares globally what we call trade ideas is this phenomenal lady. And all you need to do is follow the instructions. It tells you entry point is ABCD, and then push either sell or buy. So thank you so much, Lillian, for allowing me to share my story. And for our guests, feel at home, feel free, jump in and join us. Let's do this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simon. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. Really appreciate everyone on the call who has just shared their stories. I don't take it for granted. And for the guests on the call, I mean, that's where we are at now. I don't want to say too much after this because I think you've had enough. I think you have enough information to kind of have an idea of where you are. And at this point, you know, I'll categorize you guys into three: the A's, the B's, and the C's. The A's are the ones who are like, I'm ready to get started. What I've heard this afternoon is enough. I'm happy. I've always wanted to jump into forex. I think this is what I want to do. Send me your referral link. So speak to the person who invited you. Let them show you how you get started. It's a 5-minute process, literally, and you'll eventually be in the academy. Then we have the B's on the call, and these are the ones who are like, nah, I am ready, but I have a couple of questions. So don't worry, the person who invited you, I'm sure will be able to answer each and every question. Then we also have the C's, and these are the people who are just like, no, this is not for me, I'm not interested. Guys, that's okay. We thank you for your decision. It's clear, you know, we keep on saying 50-50 is a place of confusion. So the fact that you've actually been able to make a clear decision, guys, it's absolutely fantastic. So all I'll encourage you to do, go back to the person, let them know, but also feel free to share about our calls. We have similar Forex overview calls every single day over lunch hour. And then we have another session coming up at 4 p.m. And another one at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. by different leaders. In fact, the one at 9 o'clock is by our mentor, Randy Webb in the US, who will also be training us, or has been training us on one of our tools called the harmonic scanner and how to trade with the harmonics pattern. So basically, that's our family. That's what you'll be a part of. Once you join us, you'll also get to be a part of our challenge. Yes, our team, locally and internationally, we have a team that we are trading together. And what we are trying to do, guys, has never been done before by us as traders. And that is to grow or trade a small account of $100. That's the initial capital, and trade it over a period of 52 weeks, so that at the end of 52 weeks, we have grown that same account to $143,000. Now, I don't know if you guys understand what that is, but basically, in a year's time, if you join us, should you decide to be part of our 52 weeks challenge, you should be a millionaire, at least in Kenyan terms, right? In Kenyan money. Yeah, in a 6-figure income, $9. So I mean, join us. Let's do this. How we'll work is, even if you don't know how to trade, we'll still plug you in as you continue learning in the academy, and you'll be part of our groups. You know, as Simon shared earlier, I have an alerts Telegram group, and I also share trade alerts on our Vibrata global channel. So you'll be able to take the same trade ideas. I'll literally tell you buy, sell, and you'll be able to take the trades and make money as you're learning, guys. There's nothing better than that. So thank you guys again for your time. And I want to wish you all a lovely afternoon. For those who are on the call on time, thank you. I don't take your time for granted. And for our guests, once again, welcome and thank you. Do have a lovely afternoon, guys. Thank you. Bye.